Good morning. How you doing, family? It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. I just want to say good morning to you. It's good to be back. A little bit. So I've been away. I mean, I know I threw a couple of videos up just to keep it going. You know, a lot of times we have to do things to allow the momentum to stay as is and allow the development to be creative and allow those things to maintain that level of consistency. That's what this channel is about. Consistency is currency, and being consistent at what we're doing is how we're going to change things. So today, and so today is, I don't like this echo. Let me take this echo out. So mine. So my open question to you is how you see the title. Mindful over full mind. Because we know what a full mind can do to you, for you, with you, around you. But have we begun to tap into our mindfulness? That's when things are going to change. And it's not just you. So I'm speaking out loud, but I'm speaking to myself as I'm speaking to you as you listen out loud. Because I want you to tap into yourself as you listen to the words that I'm saying, because being mindful is going to change our present moment. Being mindful is going to put us in a place that is going to allow us to begin to redesign our thoughts and redesign the way we do things and how we're doing it. Because it's not easy. It's not always going to be easy. But it's going to take work. It's going to take work for us to do. It's going to take work for us to design. It's going to take work for us to redesign. And we're going to have to cultivate that mindful way of thinking. Because it is a practice. It's not something that just, wow, happens and now you're mindful all of a sudden. That you groom, and it's something that you have to tap into, and something that you're going to have to open your eyes and open your mind to even acknowledge what mindfulness means to you, and how being mindful actually is a benefit. That's just my intro, but let me go back to the original intro. Good morning to you. I appreciate you for being here in this space and sharing this space here with me. Those that are listening here on the Facebook side, those that may be watching on the YouTube side, those who listening in the podcast world, I appreciate you and I thank you for being here, because all of us who have the ability to hear and see, we're on the right side of the dirt. We're on the side to where we can live. We're on the side to where we can give, and we're on the side to where we can change whatever it is about us that needs to be changed and designed and developed. All right, that's enough. So let's jump into it right now. So mindfulness, full mind. And I learned something today as I was deciding what today's conversation is going to be like. So there's a statistic that's out there, and it says the average human, not man or woman, but the average human pays attention only 47% of the day. The average human only pays attention over 47% of the day. So that's why this is important to talk about mindful over full mind. Shoot, we're only It is stated that we're only paying attention only 47% of the day, so you don't have enough time to keep giving people a piece of your mind, because you're only giving 47% of the rest to yourself. So having a full mind and having a mindful, you're only giving 47% of it away. So let's learn how to keep the rest for yourself. And what do you do with the rest of your minds, your mind? So to the platform, you're going to get words, you're going to get definition of words, you're going to get the inverted version in order for you to begin to see that definition from a different perspective, in order for you to redesign the way you're thinking and how you see that particular word and or thing. Then we're going to jump into the deep dive and go into the 4 points. So it is stated that definition of mindful is maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment. Because remember, environment, 2% of your environment is only the first 28 minutes of your day. Are you mindful of what you do in the first 28 minutes of your day? Because remember, I'm just looking at the definition and the surrounding environment. So your environment, your initial environment of your day is the first 28 minutes. The first 28 minutes of your day can begin to design or redesign how the rest of your day is going to play out. And it says also through a gentle and nurturing lens. That means that you're looking at it from a lens based on your perspectives as well. So again, maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. So inversion on this is red over white. It is maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts. Where are your thoughts? How have you been thinking? Or you just have a full mind? You got a lot of stuff in it, but you don't get a lot done. But being mindful is knowing what you want to get done and applying those moment by moment thoughts and feelings in order for you to accomplish that particular task. So that's the mindful over full mind. So let's take this quick deep dive. Mindful is just what you think. A kind of be mindful of the time, mindful of our language, mindful of how, how much those groceries cost, mindful of where you put your feet, being mindful of what was the part of your everyday language before mindfulness became a thing. Because I think for me, when I began to learn about mindfulness, it was definitely in my latter adult years. I mean, I'm 46, but a lot of times mindfulness wasn't apparent to us as adults until we began to understand that the way we think could dictate the things that we do. So changing how we think and changing our pattern of thought really can change how we see ourselves. It can change the direction that we go. It can change how we assume certain things, and it definitely can change how we consume things too, like how we watch certain things and how and who we're around, and how the thoughts that we have really begin to put ourselves in the moment. So what does that mean exactly to be mindful? So now these steps. Mindfulness increases positive emotions. What do you mean by that? Because remember, if being mindful is the moment by moment thoughts, that means that you're mindful on how you feel. You're attracting those positive emotions, because having a full mind can be focusing on the bad things. Having a full mind can be focusing on those negative things. But being mindful is asking you that question, because remember, it says a nurturing lens. So being mindful and looking through that nurturing lens is focusing on that level of resiliency that you have, focusing on the hunting for the good things. What are the great things that are happening in your life? But that full mind will tell you the bad stuff. That full mind will have you all over the place. But being mindful. So, I just came from a trip, and yesterday it's like literally I got off the plane 7:15, got in the vehicle, drove all the way up from Austin, changed. I don't remember if I ate, and then came straight, hit the ground running. But what I could have done was just stay home, relax, defuse, and allow myself to gently get back into my thought process. Because when I'm busy and my head is in a certain headspace, I really don't take myself out of that headspace. But I should have been mindful that there is a process of thought that you have to have, especially those who operate at a high frequency. But I just had a full mind, like, oh, I got to get back in it. And yeah, it was detrimental for me not to be mindful of you're just getting back, take it slow, come back tomorrow morning, which is today. I didn't do that. So I'm feeling it because I have to get myself out of that headspace of I don't feel like doing anything. I mean, I'm human. We're all human. You ever come back from a long trip and then now you have to get back in the swing of things, as some people say? And because I didn't allow myself to defuse and to detox from the trip and the emotions that was, dealing with in that space, because I didn't detox from it to start fresh with the new day. So I'm carrying that over. And that's why being mindful is important. Be mindful about how you feel. Be mindful about the thoughts that you have. Be mindful about those nurturing thoughts and those nurturing feelings. I wasn't even nurturing. So how can I be nurturing to anyone else when I was not mindful about how I was feeling? It carried over. So that's why mindful is important. It increases the positive emotions. It says and allows you to know, like, you know what? I am not feeling right. So let me take this moment and then I'll come back and re-engage. That's the increase of positive emotions. Being aware of those emotions. Knowing what it feels like when you feel that particular way. Just a transparent moment. All right, so was the solution. Case in point, if I was mindful, I probably could have sat my tail down, wrote out what I want to do today in order for me to accomplish those things. I could have created some sort of outline. So, all right, I want to make sure this gets done. And because I want this done, these are some other things that I need to take care of as well. So your mindfulness holds your solution. Your mindfulness allows you to be nurturing. Your mindfulness will allow you to learn how to deal with the moment by moment processes. how to deal with the step-by-step activities that is inside of your mind. Because your mindfulness holds the solution. It tells you to take a doggone break, and you break. Put yourself or extract yourself from the moment, but put yourself in a position to where I am going to take a stance and I'm going to sit my tail down before I go back, with this full mind of things that I want to get done, but it puts you in a place of peace. So your mindfulness holds the solution. It allows you to look at things from a nurturing lens. That's what we're going to say today. It's in the definition so we can use it. Your mindfulness is going to put you in a place of a nurturing lens, allowing you to nurture who you are and not just having a full mind. Because having a full mind can increase the stress. But being mindful can psychologically benefit those stressors from you taking a seat and looking at that thing from a nurturing lens, looking at that thing from a process that you understand, like where you're going, how you feel when you go there. So being mindful allows you to be psychological. It allows you to look at it from a psychological lens. How about that? That wasn't in the definition, but I think we can still use it. If it says mindfulness allows you to look at things from a nurturing lens, so being mindful also allows you to look at things from a psychological lens. To say, I can see how I got this way. I can see how this stress and how I'm dealing with this stress. So I'm mindful and emotionally intelligent enough to know that those aren't healthy benefits. So to look at it from a psychological lens is to look at it from a position to know how I feel when I feel. And having that full mind can put you in a position to where the capacity won't allow you to deal with anything else. And you become so stressed because you're operating at a capacity that you aren't able to carry. Because if mindfulness holds a solution, then you knowing when these stressors come about is being mindful enough and knowing how you feel when you feel. So that's the psychological benefits of stress, is being mindful. Mindful is the psychological side of it, looking at it from the psychological lens and benefiting as you grow and as you develop. And the last thing is being mindful grows who you want to be. Not that having a full mind doesn't allow you to grow, but having a full mind does prevent other things from being in your space. It prevents you from feeling certain things. It prevents you from just acknowledging the moment that you're in. But being mindful allows you to be to grow into who you want to be. Why? Because you've taken a step back and you're looking at the moment by moment. You're looking at it from a nurturing lens. Because if I'm mindful about how I feel, then I am emotionally connected to how I feel in those moment by moment steps, or in those moment by moment opportunities. Allow me to see. It could also allow you to understand the origin of where it came from, or the origin of how this how the emotions in the room came about. It allows you to take a pause. It allows you to understand how you got to that point, how you got to that moment. But having a full mind can actually create a distraction, because there's stuff in your head that you can't bear or accomplish the what's going on, because your mind is so full. But being mindful is to know what's in your head. Being mindful is to know what that energy is that you're carrying. Being mindful is to know and to nurture the energy in the room. Being mindful is to know and to nurture what type of energy that you presently have, and owning up to the energy. But having a full mind can even put you in a position of arrogance. All right. So I think what we're going to do is in that mindful full mind is a process of thought. And how you process those things that you think is your step by step. No one's perfect. But one thing that we all share is that we can become a lot more mindful. If we can agree to that, I know a lot of times, people say, oh, we can agree to disagree. Can we agree? Our moments, more mindful in our lives, more mindful in our situations. Because again, something that we only pay attention to only 47% of the day. So we got a lot of work to do. And I think being mindful is going to allow us to take the right steps, or allow us to take the nurturing steps that's going to change how we see things. It's going to change our lens. Because remember, being mindful creates the nurturing lens. Being mindful creates the psychological lens. Being mindful allows you to even see and to become solution-based about how you feel, when you feel, and then you take those steps forward. All right, that's enough. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I got a question as well. All right, if there's anything, what are your takeaways from today? What was that thing that resonated with you? What was that aha moment? What was something that just clicked inside of your head, like, oh man, I didn't think about it like this, or I'm in this moment, or I can agree with this. So put down in the chat what your takeaways was, and let's learn together. And here at Consistency is Consistency's Currency Podcast, your morning podcast of choice. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:30, right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know why, but whatever. Y'all be blessed. Peace.